Welcome back to the Love to Mom podcast. I'm your host, Jerry, and as always, I'm joined by my short but sweet mother, Christy.
That's a good one. I like that. You could have called me. I'm still looking at myself. I do have a red nose. You could have called me Rudolph the Red-Nosed Christie
Nobody's
today.
going to say anything.
I'm telling you. Yes, they will. Comment. Do you see how red my nose is, people?
I don't think anyone would have said something unless you
No, they
pointed it out.
probably wouldn't have. But I can see myself in this little window, and it bothers me. It's cold outside, friends. It's very, very cold.
Yes, we are recording while there's a giant cold snap coming through the Midwest. The last 2 days have had negative wind chills. We were just talking tonight. We're going to be getting negative 35.
Yes.
So it's very, very cold outside, and it's also very bright, which is we're also recording this earlier than usual. So
That's true. I didn't think about the change in your lighting. I look the same because I'm in the basement. That never changes.
I had to spend some time adjusting because I'm not used to recording with natural light, but
Sure.
it's nice.
It's nice. I can see your records better.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Because my apartment is very dark. There's no overhead lighting, so and I don't have enough lamps. But that's neither here nor there. We are here talking about the hit 2003 film The Station Agent, starring Peter Dinklage, of course. And this was my pick, right after As Good as It Gets. I thought I would follow up a pretty heartwarming movie with another one. This is one that I watched a couple years ago, and I remember really, really liking it, but being disappointed by the ending. And I'm like, I wonder if I will have the same reaction, now that I've really kind of developed as a film fan. And spoiler alert, I don't. It didn't change. I still think the ending is kind of disappointing. But I know that this type of movie is something that you really like because you tend to like movies like me about underrepresented people and groups. And this was the first and only movie, I think, that I've seen that really focuses on what it's like being a little person. And there's just a lot of like really kind of funny moments where it's like, man, this feels so real. Where it's like,
Yeah.
I can imagine, like, these aren't things that I'm doing, but like, it's definitely things that are happening to little people all the time, every day. And I was like, man, I just really like that this movie highlights that. And I thought that you would appreciate it as well. So I guess
I did.
we'll just get started. I just kind of gave my general thoughts, but what are your general
Yeah.
thoughts on the station?
Well, I was going to mess with you and say I really hated it, but I didn't. I really liked this movie. I thought, ooh, I should throw, mess with him a little bit, but no, I won't. Yeah, I really enjoyed this
Yeah.
movie a lot. And there were a lot of things that I really liked about it. I agree with you on the ending. I was kind of like, whoa, that was really abrupt. And
Yeah.
I did not see it coming to end at that point. Although I can also see the idea of, they're kind of sending you on a path.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we can see where that's going. We're not going to see that resolution, but I feel like we're on a path. And it was still satisfying. I liked it a lot. I thought this movie was really great. There are so many things to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just really, really loved it. And I had never heard of it before. So you
Yeah,
put
me
something on my
neither.
radar that I had never heard of. I just thought it was wonderful. I loved
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I had never heard of it either. I think it was just one that's on my big poster, which I guess I can pan over. I have this
Because
poster.
people can see it.
Now, yeah, now people can see it. But I don't know if I've talked about it a whole lot. But I have that poster there above my couch there, and it has over 1,500 movies. And it's all sorts of genres and countries and everything. And so I'm trying to get that done before I die, which I have budgeted out. I think I've watched around 400 of them.
Wow.
And I was like, okay, well, if I watch 3 of them a week, which I have not been doing, but
Yeah.
if I were to watch 3 a week, it would take 11 years to finish.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And you've had it for a while too.
Yeah, I've had it since
Couple of years at least.
2023. I think Christmas of 23 is when I got it.
Okay.
And yeah, I've been working on it. I think just recently I hit a third, and that was like a
Wow.
big milestone. I made like a progress bar in Google Sheets so that I could track everything. I've honestly done way more work on it, but it has really exposed me to movies that I probably wouldn't have seen. Sometimes, in this case, it's a good thing.
Yeah, for
in
sure.
many cases,
Sometimes it's
bad.
not.
It's yeah. Some of
Some
the
of the
worst
movies on
movies
there.
I've ever seen have been on this
Yes.
poster. But I will say that the poster does a pretty good job of like, even if I don't like them or I think they're deplorable, they are like important in the like context of like cinema, I guess. Where it's like, yeah, I probably should see Cannibal Holocaust before I die.
Oh my gosh.
Like that is one that I have seen and I hated it. Like
Yeah.
I think that it is disgusting and gross. Shouldn't have
Uh-huh.
even been made, but I'm glad that I did see it so that I can say how much I hate it.
I know you and I were looking through it, and I was like, I don't even understand why some of those movies are on there. And there were ones that I had seen where I'm
Yeah.
like, there's zero remarkable about that movie. I don't understand that at all. But it's okay. It's a fun thing to work at, you
Yeah.
know? And
And I'm not
Yeah.
taking it like super seriously or it's like I'm
No.
only watching movies that are on the poster. It's more
Sure.
like I'm looking on like whatever. If I'm in the mood to watch a movie, I'm on HBO Max and then I'm like, oh well, if I'm looking, I might as well like just check if it's on the poster and if it is great. If it isn't, but it's still something I want to watch, I'm not gonna let that stop me.
Right.
So I don't know. It will probably take around 20 years to finish.
I mean, that's hard to even fathom that it's going to take that long.
I know, but it was at 52 weeks in a year times 3. That's
Yeah.
only 150
50
or
movies a
whatever.
year.
Yeah.
Sheesh. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. Well, I'm glad you did the math on it. I
Yeah.
never would have guessed that. I'd have been like, oh, it's going to take you another, I don't know, 3 years. But
No,
you're right. You're right. That's crazy.
but this
Okay,
movie
sorry.
was on the poster. So that's how I found out about it. But I've actually, because I was, after watching it this time, I'm like, I've never even heard of the writer-director, Tom McCarthy. But he wrote and directed Spotlight. Like,
He
Best
did?
Picture winner, yes. That Spotlight.
Oh my gosh. I love that movie.
I love that movie too. I just noticed that
Huh.
today. I was like, I should do some research on this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he did Spotlight. The movie he followed that up with is called Stillwater, which I have not seen, but has Matt Damon in it. So I don't
Oh.
know. But that was
Okay.
in 2021, and that's his last movie. So who knows? Maybe
Okay.
he'll come back soon with another one. But
Yeah.
yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. Where it's like I've
That is
never
very interesting.
never heard of this movie, and he's directed a movie that won Best Picture in 2015.
Right. Wow. Yeah, I've never heard his name before.
No.
That's interesting, isn't it? How some names kind of stick with us. But I guess, if he's not prolific, I could see where that movie was so timely and so issue forward that you
Yes.
can see where a director would get lost in the mix because everyone is talking about the movie itself
Yeah.
versus like the creation of the movie.
And it's
For
not
sure.
it's not like an overly kind of like stylized movie. And neither is this, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think there's a
Yeah.
lot of parallels that I've like he likes to kind of focus on like big world issues. Where it's like he's like trying to uplift, kind of like expose more people to the plights of little people, but he's also trying to like bring more attention to the sexual abuse that was going on in the Catholic Church, like a very kind of politically minded type of guy. He doesn't want to like take away from the message, which I think is actually really important for making movies like this.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want like Selma to have like Quentin Tarantino style to it. It's like, no, you're trying to tell like a real story about real
Yeah.
people.
Right. It
So
doesn't need all the extra. It's very simple and
yeah,
quiet. And that I think is so much of its charm is
yes,
the simplicity and the pacing that is very slow.
yes,
We're watching him walk.
hmm
There's no rush to get where we're going, and that's true of the character, and that's true for us. We're
yeah,
just really along for a nice slow ride, and I loved it.
absolutely,
That I love anything that is like, especially curmudgeons. Like he's a curmudgeon for sure, but you can
yes.
see where the hurt comes from.
Oh, absolutely.
And you're right. It does make you when okay, so I don't know if you felt like this, but when I was watching it, I was like, there are a lot of different ways that people interact with people who look differently.
Yes.
And I think about, like kids are so direct sometimes. And I remember as a parent being like, oh no, is my kid going to say something to this person? Like there was
Yeah.
always this fear about that. But there's also the like lack of eye contact
hmm
or like infantilizing him,
Yeah.
treating him like he's a child. There's all of these different ways that, or you just pretend like nothing and you aren't acknowledging this part of this person either. So it's such a fine balance, and sometimes it can cause anxiety because you're like, I don't know, like what, I don't want to offend this person, but I also like want to connect with this person, but I'm
Yeah.
afraid I might say something stupid or I might, it just is not as easy.
Sure.
And I felt like the characters in this movie, especially
Yeah.
Joe was just like, he was awesome. I loved that. He's my favorite character in this movie.
Oh,
I adored
absolutely.
him.
Yeah.
I adored him.
Yeah, it stands in like stark contrast too. Like Joe is like the first person that he meets when he moves to the station. And I guess maybe before we dive too much into the
Sure.
nitty-gritty, we should probably like say what the movie's about because like you
Yeah,
said, I
let's do
don't
it.
think most people have even heard of the movie.
Mm-mm.
So maybe we'll try to avoid spoilers for at least the first little bit and then we'll
Yeah.
say when we're going to dive into spoilers.
Yes.
So, because we do want people to watch this movie, I think we're both
Yes.
going to give
Definitely
it,
watch it.
yeah, we're both going to give pretty glowing recommendations
Hmm.
throughout this podcast. So, maybe see if this is what you like. And if you do or don't care about spoilers, you can make that decision for yourself. But the general kind of plot is that we're following, there's this little person named Finn who works at a train like model store,
Yeah.
something like that. He's very into
Yeah.
trains. And he like works at it with like his buddy Henry, who's like his only friend. And then like in the first couple of minutes, Henry dies, and they like sell the building, they close the store, but that Henry leaves Finn a little train depot in the middle of nowhere in New Jersey, which is like really
Hmm.
run down. It's like an old timey train depot from like the 1800s that hasn't been fixed up.
Hmm.
But
Oh, yeah.
he leaves him this land, and it's really funny. Like the lawyer is like, oh yeah, there's nothing out there. And it's just like hard cut.
Yeah.
He immediately moves because like we're establishing within the first couple of minutes that everybody is like, whether it's like what you're saying, where it's like they're trying to avoid it, where it's like, oh,
Hmm.
I don't know what to say, so I'm just not going to say anything. Or if it's people like actively antagonizing him, it's something that is like whenever he comes in contact with people, it's just constant stuff about his height. So it's like, okay, well, immediately moves to the middle of nowhere.
Hmm.
And there's Joe, who owns a hot dog truck, like a food truck. For some
Oh my
reason,
gosh.
it's right in front of the train depot where
Where
nobody
there's
lives.
nothing.
I don't know why he's parked out there. Seems
don't
like the
either.
worst place to do it, but it's
Yeah.
fine.
It's not even right off the highway. You
No.
can see the highway off in the distance. It's such a strange little location.
But it's perfect though, because it's like it introduces these two where Finn is very much like, I want to get away. I don't want to meet anybody. I just want to be here with my trains. But Joe is very relentless. And I think that could have been really kind of tough to pull off effectively without making Joe seem like the people that we see in the beginning of the movie. But you can
Yeah.
tell that Joe has he just has a good heart, and he's more like, it's not like antagonistic. He's just curious. I don't know if he's ever met a little person before, but he's just like, I just want to be this person's friend. And it's just through the entire movie.
Yes. And it's not even the fact that he's a little person.
Yeah.
Immediately, he is just like, "Hey, dude, like, why do you live here? And what are you doing?" And he's just bored. He's
Yeah.
sitting out in this food truck in the middle of nowhere, and nobody's talking to him. And it's his dad's food truck, and
Yep.
he's just working it because his dad's sick. So he doesn't know the people in this community very well. He's from New Jersey, and so New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this whole thing is in New Jersey, but he's from a different.
He's from,
Oh no, he moved up to New York, didn't he?
I
Did
think
it say he
Joe
was in
is
New York?
from Manhattan. Finn
Okay.
is from Hoboken, which is,
Yes,
of course, the
Hoboken,
same
New
city
Jersey.
that the Cake Boss is from.
Oh my gosh, it is, yes. Yeah, I think that's the thing I liked about Joe. It wasn't that he was like immediately. He was at ease.
Yeah,
Bend
yeah.
down. He's talking to him just like anybody else. And that is like the first time we really see someone interact with him in a genuine way. I mean, he and Henry didn't really even talk.
No.
Like, this guy's his friend, but you're watching this whole relationship between them in 5 minutes, and there are no 3 words said the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
they just aren't interacting. It's not that they didn't care about each other. It's just a very different relationship
Yeah.
than what we see with the way Joe is approaching Finn.
Yeah.
So keep going.
Well, it's, that's kind of like the base of the movie, is that kind of relationship. But we're also in like one of the funniest scenes in the movie. Finn is like walking to the convenience store, and he almost gets hit by our quasi-romantic lead, but not really. I think they
Yeah.
just are kind of like really good friends by the end of it. But Patricia Clarkson's character, who's Olivia, she almost runs him over because I don't remember what's going on the first time. She's just kind of swerving around.
I don't remember either. Yeah, no, she was swerving all over the road, and he's just walking down the shoulder,
Runs him off the road.
jumps in the ditch. Yeah.
Jumps in the ditch, and then she tries to offer him a ride, and he's like, well, no, obviously not. He goes to the convenience
Are you
store.
drunk?
Yeah. He goes to the convenience store. She goes to Joe's coffee or hot dog truck. But
I think it's coffee
Well,
because he
the-
keeps giving her a
cafe con
Espresso
leche
or
with
something.
extra
cafe
sugar.
con leche. That's right. Thank you. Yes.
But it's also,
was it
but there's
hot
hot
dogs, too?
dogs. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's just like their special was this latte, I guess.
Got it.
But they go to their different destinations, and she almost runs them over again when she spills the coffee on her ass, and
Yep.
it burns her, and she accidentally runs them off the road again. And
Yeah.
thus the relationship
Yeah.
starts.
Yes.
But
And she's an artist immediately because she's got paint on her hands and paints on her
on her clothes, yeah.
clothes, and I'm thinking, oh, she's just a free spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that's kind of the trio of characters is Finn, Olivia, and Joe, and their kind of friendship as that's going. But it's interesting, you mentioned that Joe his dad is sick, And, Finn is trying to get away from the city because his only friend died. And it's established pretty early that Olivia's son also died pretty recently. So it's these three people that have all are either experiencing loss or have recently experienced loss, and just them kind of banding together and forging this kind of motley crew friendship where they are very different people, but they've kind of found each other. And it's just really, really sweet. Like, that's the heart of the
Yeah.
movie is the relationship between these three characters. And that's the general plot.
And it
synopsis.
doesn't come without complication either. And that's, I think, the thing. He is not quick to be like, that transition for
Oh,
Finn to accept their friendship is such a long road. Like, they're
Yes.
trying to talk to him, and he's giving one word answers, or he's not answering at all. He just really is not interested
Yeah.
in getting to know anybody. He wants to be alone. He wants to walk and go watch trains.
Yep.
Yeah, I just think watching them continue to pursue him. But one thing that I had made a note about was that they did that by taking an interest in what it was that he was interested in.
Yeah, that's true.
That was their connection, was the train. And that's true for those three characters, or, for Olivia and Joe, but it's also true for little Cleo, who's
Yeah.
the little neighborhood girl
Yep.
who is like, why are you looking at that train? And so they start building a relationship over trains. And then the librarian,
Oh yeah, Michelle Williams.
when he's going to check out a train book there. And so there are just all of these relationships, but Olivia and Joe, I think they very quickly realize they're not getting anything out of him unless it's about trains. And so they're, just trying to take an interest in what he's interested in, and it grows into a friendship. It
Yes.
eventually allows him to see, these people are interested in me and I'm safe here, basically.
yeah.
But then he's not. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like, he finally, I don't know. People should just wait to watch this until after they've seen the movie, because it's really hard not to talk about some of these transitions that happen in the movie. But go ahead.
We've kind of gone over the general plot synopsis, what makes this
Yeah.
movie great, without going into spoilers. Now we can kind of, you can make the decision now whether or not you're going to watch
Yeah.
this movie. So we're going to just dive into the spoilers and what makes this movie great. So
Yeah. So I think what is especially hard is to watch these three people who, well, especially Olivia and Finn.
yes.
Joe has some extra demands on him because of his dad being sick, but the things he's dealing with are very different than what Olivia and Finn are dealing with. And for
Yes.
Finn, I feel like it's not even the grief of his friend.
No,
For Finn, it is just life. This is his life, and he hates it.
yes.
And trains are the only thing that he cares about. And so we see him like sitting on these benches all day, like learning the timetable for each of these trains. And then Joe's like, I want to go with you. And Finn won't let him.
Yep.
And then he makes Olivia drop him off over at where Finn's at so that he has to walk home with him. But what made me laugh was I'm watching his shoes. I don't know if I'm sure
he's
you
always
noticed it, because they
wearing
did draw
flip-flops.
attention to it.
Yeah.
He's always got his flip-flops. At one point, he's got a rock in there. And then after like the third time, you see he changed his shoes. I don't know
Oh,
if you
I
noticed
didn't
that.
notice that. No.
The first two times you see him walking. So like I'm watching him and he's like, my feet are killing me. That's the first time I noticed. And then the second time he got a rock in his shoe. So I noticed he was wearing his flip-flops again. The third time he was wearing tennis shoes.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice that. That's a good detail.
And I was like, he has weaseled his way in and is now prepared to walk with him. Like, this is their plan. And I'm going to go with him, and I'm going to take this guidebook, and I'm going to look, and I'm going to learn so that I can talk with Finn about things.
Yeah.
And the thing I love about that Joe character is he has no ulterior motive here. He just wants a friend.
Yeah.
And the way that he cares for him, the way that he cares for Olivia too, like making them food and, having them pull up a chair. That was something else I was going to say. At the very beginning, and we see Finn get ready to walk into the depot, and he sees that stack of chairs sitting there by the side of the road, and he stops, and the camera specifically looks at the chairs. And I didn't know what that was about. And then I was thinking about that a little bit ago, and I was like, he's thinking, oh, people sit out here.
Oh.
I'm not going to be alone here. There's a reason these chairs are sitting here. And this is that night before he's seen the food truck. And I'm sure he's like, why are there chairs sitting here? I wanted to be alone and there are chairs. But I think that's a really cool little like nod to what's coming. Like when you think about it after it's over, it just hammers home the idea that his reason for being there was really to be alone, and he could not avoid Joe. He couldn't avoid Joe. Joe was not letting him avoid him.
No.
And Joe was just a treasure. I loved him so much.
Yeah.
I just really, really did. What a prince. I don't know. I just thought he was great.
Yeah. And this is a better time than any. Bobby Cannavale is the guy who plays Joe.
Yeah.
And he is very, very good.
Yes.
It's kind of interesting. I mean, he's playing a Cuban. He's Italian.
Yep. Here's the deal. Yeah.
Oh.
His dad is Italian American. His mom is Cuban.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. He's in like a
thought
bunch
the
of
same thing. I'm like,
Scorsese
this
movies.
dude looks. Yes. I'm like, this dude looks Italian. Why do they have him playing a Cuban guy? So I looked it up because I was curious about it. And that is the case. He is, because his Spanish was so fluent.
Yeah, that's true.
Like when he was speaking Spanish, I was like, what's the story here? So then I looked it up and his dad is Italian American and his mom is Cuban.
Interesting. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was just like, man,
that was
that
interesting,
guy's
too.
in The Irishman. Like, what? Why is he playing a Cuban? But that makes sense.
Yeah. He looks super Italian.
Yes.
Like I would never guess he was Cuban.
No.
No. Yeah.
But yeah, he's very, very good at playing Joe in this movie. I think, isn't he?
Yeah, and he has a huge IMDb. Huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
been in
worked so much.
I think,
Yeah.
isn't he a stand-up, like, or maybe not? I don't know.
There's another guy that looks like him that I recently watched his stand-up special, and I can't think of what his name is. They look very similar,
Oh.
and they have the same accent. I think you're thinking of someone else.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I searched Bobby Cannavale stand-up comedy and nothing came up.
No,
So-
I'll have to look up what that guy's name is. But he was just on Conan, and that's what made me watch his comedy special because I got a kick out of him on Conan. Not Bobby, but this other comedian. Anyway. Yeah, he's just a character. But yeah, it looks like he does a lot of voice work. He's just
sure.
been all over the place. Yeah, he's got a great voice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at, man, he has so many credits, both TV and movies. Like,
Yeah.
really high-profile stuff, too. It's
Yeah,
like,
he's working a lot.
He's like one of those guys. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep, I've seen him in, like, everything.
That's right.
But he's really, really dang good.
Yeah, he's very young in this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was born in 1970, so he would have been like early 30s. Is that older
Yeah.
than you thought?
When is this from?
2003.
2003? He's
Probably.
my age.
Yeah. But
Well, I guess that's right. Like, I'm still thinking of him as being the young one that's in the movie. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, 2003, he would have been in his early 30s. Yeah.
yeah, 30. Well, when it was recorded, probably 31, 32.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah. I just, the way he played that, I thought was just genius. I
Yeah.
loved it.
yeah, he's one of the best parts of the movie.
Yeah.
But we do have to talk about Michelle Williams. We brought her up very briefly. But of course,
Yeah.
Michelle Williams is also one of those people that this might be like one of her first movies. She is so young in this.
I know.
I was like kind of surprised to
know.
see her. She was born in 1980, so she would have been in her early 20s when this
Wow.
came out.
Yeah.
But
So she was in the thing, I think her first big thing, I could be wrong, was Dawson's Creek. Am I right? With Katie Holmes.
yeah, looks like that was in '98. So she
Okay.
would have been really young in that, like 19.
Yeah. She just looks so young and sweet and innocent. And,
Yeah.
like it's fun to go back and see people when they were so much younger and
Yeah.
just starting out. I really enjoyed that part too. Like, I thought her character was really, I liked her character a lot. She was really
She's
sweet.
really sweet, yeah. And it's funny,
Yeah.
like the first time that she sees Finn, she screams in his face.
Yeah. And then she felt so bad.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that. I have to tell you what stood out to me because he's looking at books. And what stood out to me is all the spine labels weren't lined up, and it drove me nuts when I looked at the things, because we have these little when we're processing new books, we have these things that help us measure where the spine label needs to be on the book, like how tall, how far from the
Oh.
bottom of the shelf does the spine label need to be, so that when you look at the row of books, they all line up. It's like a line of white. Well,
Oh,
theirs were like all over the place, and I thought, oh no, sir,
I mean, it's
that
like
bothered me.
a rinky-dink library in the middle
Yes,
of
it's
nowhere
true.
in New Jersey, and she's like 19
Yes.
or something in the movie because she's like
Yes.
still living at
Well,
home.
yeah. Well, and the other thing that was killing me was, again, this is like inside baseball because I know this stuff, but
Yeah.
he wanted to check out the book and she wouldn't let him because he didn't have proof of identification, which I'm like, you're right. You do need to have proof of residence. But we offer temporary cards where he could have gotten that and checked out 3 items, just not the expensive stuff, no hot spots.
No, well,
You can't have a hot spot on a temporary card, but you can check out 3 not expensive items at a time, even if you don't show where you live. But they may not offer temporary cards
yeah,
there.
maybe not. Maybe not in 2000.
I don't know. And it's a small town. I don't know. It's just that kind of stuff. It's like, oh no, don't tell him he can't get a card. Everybody needs a card. That's silly, but
Well, that's
anyway.
the stuff you notice, you know.
Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Yeah. And just because I'm so passionate about it, I'm glad that there was a library in this.
Yeah.
And I love the small town library. That's the kind of library. My community was in an old church, an old 1-room church from
Oh.
way back in the day. They had put the library in this tiny little side room. It wasn't even in the big room.
Sure.
And that was our town's library at the time. So it was very sweet. That library was much bigger than ours was, but it did still have that same like red carpet paneling, old
yeah, yeah.
feeling sort of. Yeah. Yeah. I love that so much. Yeah. It
Yeah.
was great.
I would be interested. I didn't do any research on like the locations and where this was all
Yeah.
shot, but I have to imagine a lot of this was just found where they went to like some town in New Jersey and just filmed around, because it's like I doubt there were any sets in this. It feels like they just found old buildings and filmed in them,
Yeah.
which I think is really, really nice. Like everything feels
Yeah.
really authentic. And like this feels like small town Americana, like Rust Belt kind of vibe.
Yes.
And I thought
I
that was
agree.
like really, really done well.
I'm trying to remember if this movie, I feel like I'm maybe getting it mixed up with another one, but that they shot it in 20 days.
Oh,
Like it was a really quick shoot,
it's possible.
which would make sense if it's all like in this one small town. You could just like crank that sucker out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like that. I think what I like about this is, well, one of the things that I like about this is, like she even is a small character in the big picture. She's not like one of the main characters, although she does have a more significant role as the film goes on. But that what we're learning about all of these people is they've all been hurt. And for all of them, they kind of isolate. Like Olivia isolates. Her inclination is to isolate. When things get hard, she's gone.
Yeah.
And Finn can't find her, and he starts studying her like he studies the trains. which was especially sweet and lovely.
Yeah.
But also the same thing with Joe. Like, Joe let me down. I should have known better than to, you know, trust this person or to, you know, build a relationship with this person. The journey, the friendship journey, because I sometimes feel that pull of isolation. I'm a people person.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, sometimes people are hard. I'm sick of dealing with all the crap that comes with having friends or having family, or like sometimes it's like, I would just like to be alone. And I can definitely see the appeal of that. And especially for Finn, who has been so hurt by the world,
Yes.
by the ways that he's been treated by the world. And I appreciated the conversations then that were had in this movie about their pain, the pain
Yes.
of all of these characters, but also still understanding that in the end, that is still worth it. Like, that hard stuff is still worth, you know, the value of friendship and love and care for each other is still worth the hard stuff. You just have to be willing to push through that.
Yeah.
And that's hard, but I appreciated that nuanced, well, and it wasn't necessarily nuanced, but because you do have to kind of infer. Like, I'm thinking about this, and I did like that too, that we had to infer things.
Yes.
Like, it wasn't just in your face, because the dialogue was so sparse in places that we're just watching, and we're not getting this, like, well, like he's talking out loud to himself and saying things
Yes.
like,
There's no
we are
monologue.
we're looking. That's right. We're looking at the situation, and we are putting ourselves in his position, and we are able to extrapolate his situation from his reactions and the very little dialogue that he gives us with other characters.
Yes. Yeah, I
Yeah.
would say that's like the movie's biggest strength is the writing.
Yeah.
Because there is no monologue. There isn't like, let me tell you the plights of little people.
Right.
There's no Barbie moment where, and not that that's a bad thing. That Barbie did it poorly by having a big monologue saying all women's issues, whatever.
Oh, don't diss Barbie. It's such a good movie.
No, I'm just saying like there is no scene like the America
Yeah,
Ferrera.
no, there's not.
But I think that's to the benefit of a movie like this, where it's like, because Finn doesn't say a whole lot, the things that he says stand out, especially when it's about his experience as a little person. Like, one of my favorite lines, and it's one that has stuck with me, and I've remembered it since I watched it 2 years ago, and it was like, I know this is one of my favorite lines. It's and I don't know exactly how it goes, but it's something along the lines of where it's like, people like give me way too much attention when in actuality I'm a really boring person. Because he watches trains all day. Like, he's not like a super interesting guy. It isn't like it's Peter Dinklage playing himself, or he's a big Hollywood actor, and it's like, what is this guy about? It's like, no, he's just like this guy in New Jersey that likes trains. There would never be a movie about this person.
Right.
But
true.
I think that's to the movie's strength. Like, he is just a normal guy. And it's just the whole reason that this movie is even focusing on him is that he's a little person. But it's just, it does so much to just humanize him. And it's like, man, that would suck. Like, I would hate for like everything in my life to revolve around this thing that I had no control over, and it's just something I was born with.
Right.
It's
Yeah, and there's no escaping it. You're never going to be anonymous. I have a friend that's really tall.
Yeah.
For a woman, 6'2", and she's like, I am never invisible. I walk into a room and everybody notices me because I'm really tall.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's not something you think about as someone who is, there's nothing like overly remarkable about me that someone's attention would be drawn to me. That's just the way that my friend operates in the world because it's what she knows, but she knows that's not a typical way to be operating in the world. And I think for Finn, it is, I think for Finn, it could have been a million things that would make him different. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? The fact that he's a little person makes it unique. But I think, you could have had this with anyone in a wheelchair or someone
Yeah.
with a facial deformity, or there are a million things that make you stand out from everyone else.
Yeah.
I think what I appreciated was that we are seeing it through his eyes, that it's not always people being mean. It's people
Yeah.
aren't meaning to be mean, but you still feel eyes on you. And that is the thing in the bar. When he gets up on that stool and he's like, look at me.
Yeah.
Everybody just look at me. Like, quit trying to steal glances at me. To walk through your life and have people look at you all the time and then pretend like they're not looking at you, but they've looked at you. Like, what an uncomfortable way, especially if you're not a super outgoing person.
Yeah.
You want to be invisible and anonymous, and you can't. You have no choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the trauma surrounding the school scene. And he's
Yeah.
like, I cannot go to your school. He has had traumatic experiences in school, but then also the fact that he goes and you look at her class and it's a bunch of white kids and Cleo,
Yeah.
right? She stands out. She can't hide, right? Were there
didn't
other
even think
black
about
kids in the
that.
room?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think there were. And so she stands out. We don't know anything about her story. We don't know where her parents are, why she's running around all the time. We have no idea. But what we know is she has, for some reason, kind of taken a shine to this person who's not even particularly nice to her. I mean, he's fine, but he's not overly friendly.
Yeah.
But he's willing to do this for her. At some point, he is invested enough that he is willing to walk into this traumatic setting. And then you see her class and you see, oh, Cleo also is different than everyone else in her classroom. And she can't hide what makes her different either. What I liked about that scene was you had this one kid who was a total a-hole.
Yes.
But once that kid was gone, the rest of the kids were fine. And I thought that's a really good message too, is that we take those single people who are unkind or mean or whatever, and we generalize it to everyone. Like, that is not a safe place because everyone there hates me.
Yes.
When really, when you take that person out, everyone else was super interested in what he was talking about.
Yeah.
That was a really good perspective shift, I thought.
Yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
it hit especially we know firsthand because at the beginning of the movie, when Finn's on his way home from work, there are a bunch of kids that are
Yeah.
playing ball and they are asking him which one of the 7 dwarves he is or whatever.
Right.
And so it was we know firsthand how mean kids can be. I mean, I guess we know that
Yes.
just by living
Living.
in the world.
That's true.
But it's established in the movie where it's oh yeah, it probably is a big thing. He probably has to deal with kids calling him names all the time. And you can't
Right.
exactly get in a kid's face and say, what are you doing? You can't call me that because they're a
Right.
kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
probably is well, I know that if I, stand up in this classroom, there's just going to be so many kids that are going to call me all sorts of names or ask me all sorts of questions about stuff that isn't related to trains, which is what I'm here to talk about.
Right. Yeah. Right.
And I guess they don't ask about trains because the few questions we hear them ask are about blimps and when were blimps
It got derailed.
invented. But
As it does in any classroom.
yeah,
But that's normal.
yeah, they were asking about modes of transportation, and
Right.
it's somewhat related. But
Yeah.
that felt really real too, in that
Yeah.
oh well, what about blimps? And then just this whole other tangent starts because kids just all over the place. They're curious little creatures.
Right.
So that
Yeah.
felt really real. I think that the depiction of kids in this movie was actually really on brand. Where it's this
Yeah.
feels like real little kids, kind of in the same way we were talking about with Totoro, where it's those are 2 real siblings and those dynamics are very real. It
Yes.
does feel
Yes.
there's always the one stinker, But like
Yeah.
overall, kids are just kind of curious and they don't
Yeah.
necessarily have any bad intent, which I
Well, and
really
I think
like.
with Cleo too. Yeah, I think Cleo is also a really good representation of that kid. There's
Yes.
always that kid that wants to talk to the grown-ups and is like bored, and so they're hanging out with their neighbors or they're hanging out, the and she was never like she asked him. She was direct. Kids are direct.
Hmm.
Like she asked him, like, are you in school?
Yeah. What grade are you in?
you know,
Yeah.
what grade are you in? Whatever. Um, yeah, and then you see the Olivia character interact with her, and that was precious and
Yes.
wonderful, where you could see that maternal instinct come out with her. That makes me emotional even thinking about it. I might get a little emotional. To see the way that she interacted with her
Yeah.
and that scene with those kids about broke my heart. Like I was, oh,
Yeah.
that was so sad. But what I will also say is it was sad. It was so, so sad. But again, we are not getting the entire story. We know
No.
that she and her husband are separated and that her son died. We don't know any of the details, and we're not ever getting a full story on any of that.
No.
But what we're seeing is like that scene where and I'm sure that she was nominated for a bunch of awards. I am sure that it was for that scene, which was unbelievable on the kitchen floor.
Yes.
Such a good scene. But even her face when she's watching those kids play, ugh,
Yeah.
about wrecked me. It was so,
Yes.
so good. So
Man.
good.
Yeah. That scene. I didn't know that she was
Uh-huh.
nominated for stuff, but that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Because yeah, that kind of becomes like the big thing at the end of the movie,
Hmm.
where it's
Hmm.
like she's kind of regressed, like completely gone into her shell. She doesn't want to talk to anybody. She's like yelling at
No.
her husband on the phone because
Yeah. And
her
yelling at Finn.
well, yeah, but like
Yeah. But go ahead.
the but it's kind of revealed that the reason that her husband is like getting in contact with her is because he got someone else pregnant. And
Right.
it's like,
Which we don't find out until much later.
yeah,
Like it feels like for a long time we're like, what was it? What
yeah,
was it? And the fact that she's yelling at him and saying, I'm not your mother.
yeah,
Like the fact that that's what comes out of her mouth is very telling of what's happening in her heart.
yeah,
Not that she thinks he's a child and not that he has ever asked her to take care of him because he hasn't. He's extremely independent.
yeah,
But what is on her heart in that moment is, I am not a mother. I'm not
yeah.
a mother.
It's, yeah,
Sorry.
it's, no, it's,
So,
it's so, yeah, yeah,
so heartbreaking.
hmm
Um, yeah, I just those nuances, those interactions, the way that this was told,
yes,
because like you can look at it and be like, oh, what a heartwarming, beautiful little story, but there is like it was done so well and so beautifully. The telling in itself is
yes,
so sparse and simple and just lovely.
yeah,
There's a lot of beauty in that. I love it. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, there's so much heart
Yeah.
in this movie.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, because like you could have, and like maybe there's gonna be something like this in the future, but it's like if there was just a movie that was just about Finn, just about the little person, like just
Yeah.
focused razor sharp on that, like that would have been
Hmm.
fine. And
Yeah.
it probably would be good. Like I would like to see a movie that's like
Sure.
just about the plights of little people, and
Or
not that.
even Finn and Joe. That would have been a
Yeah,
very different movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
just that. But I
Yeah.
think having this layer where it is like everybody's got something, like that feels so
Mhm.
real. And like
Yeah.
it feels like especially tough. And I wonder if that was like a parallel that was like maybe like I kind of doubt it. But like I wonder if there was supposed to be like this thing where it's like he's a little person and she lost her son, and it's like maybe like
Oh,
I don't know if there was supposed to be this kind of parallel where like she's like kind of trying to get over her son by like I don't know,
Caring, trying to
caring
care for
about
him.
him. Yeah.
I mean, it does feel like, she gets his book for him.
Yeah.
She does take care of him.
Hmm.
He never asks her to,
Yeah.
but that maternal instinct, and I don't think it's just because he's a little person. I don't think
No,
that
no, no.
that's it. I think that he just represented someone that she felt she could take care of or help,
Yeah.
and that was the way that she was acting out those maternal feelings. But she also kisses him at
She
one point, and
does.
she also in that same speech was like, "I'm not your girlfriend, and I'm not your mom."
Mm.
Like, she is having some feelings about, like, I am now alone. I was married and now I'm alone, and I'm not, I was a mom and now I'm not a mom. Like, who am I? All
Yeah.
of these portraits that she's drawing, who am I? She's looking in the mirror at herself like, everything that I was, everything that was my identity is gone.
Hmm.
Who am I?
Yeah. I mean, I think that those paintings were like really, really like really good because they're all like
Yeah,
unfinished. There's like
right.
it's like maybe like a portrait and it's only like this part of someone's face, just like a
Yeah.
corner or something. And it's like that's really, really well done. Just like she
Mhm.
needs to express that like these pieces of her are gone. It feels
Yeah,
like, and that's like a pretty like common symbolism when someone loses a child or loses
sure.
anything that's like significant in their lives. It's like there's
Yeah.
just this hole and like she just needs to express it and like maybe fill it in a way with Finn, because like she does get the library book and she also gives him a camera so that he can go train
Uh-huh.
hunting with Joe in one of my
Right.
favorite scenes in
That's
the
right.
movie.
Oh, it's so good.
where they're
Yeah,
where they're
it's so
driving
good.
in the hot dog truck and, and they
Yeah.
finally get to
Yeah.
chase trains. Um,
Yeah, I mean, she's bringing, I brought you water even though you didn't want it.
yeah,
Like, she is mothering him. And again, he is not asking to be mothered.
no,
He does not like being mothered. He does not, he wants to be treated like an adult.
yes,
But she is mothering him. And also you think about that phone call from her husband, everything that was taken away from her, he gets back, but she doesn't.
mm,
She's still in that place, and he gets to be filled again and move on, and she's still in the same spot she was before.
yeah,
Yeah, I would like to talk about the scene where with Michelle Williams' boyfriend. I can't remember what
I think
what
it's
her
like
name was. Do you?
Chris. Oh, the what her character's name was?
Her character
I can pull it up.
was,
It's
oh my
Emily.
gosh, how come I don't have her on my list? Thank you. I don't have her on my list. Um, that interaction between Emily and her boyfriend. Well, first of all, the two of them sleeping on that couch,
Yeah.
like with their heads on opposite ends. That I just loved that so much.
Well,
Um,
it's funny because
I
it
don't know
like
why that tickled me.
it parallels when oh geez, Olivia comes over at like the beginning of the movie because she sleeps on the couch and then it cuts to Finn in the
Yeah,
bathtub.
in the bathtub. Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. The part where her boyfriend shows up and he pushes him,
Yes.
that was also a really powerful scene. That again, we're inferring things about. But you can imagine how frustrating it would be to be like, I cannot fight this person. There's not a single thing I can do
Yeah.
to protect her. I'm helpless in this situation. These
Mhm.
guys could cream me in a second. The look on his face and how that would feel to
Just
feel unable to protect someone would
like
be gutting.
yeah, he's just like so angry because it's
Yeah.
like even just to break it down even more because I think isn't doesn't Chris like knock her over? Like she's like on the floor and like
She pushes him away.
she pushes him away, but I'm like
So, what
I,
was it?
because I thought I
You
remember
think? So
she was on the ground and then like Finn like
oh,
kind
she
of
was on the ground.
picks her up and then like he's like in between kind of like just saying like hey let's chill, and then that's when
Yeah.
Chris like pushes him aside and pushes him into the car, and then that's
Yeah.
when like his like fists clench, and it kind of echoes
Yep.
back to when, because I think, well, Emily comes back later to his depot, and that's when they sleep on the couch together.
Yeah, right.
But I think he brings up like maybe that was with Olivia or Joe or something. But there's like the question that gets asked where it's like, have you ever been in love before? And he was like,
Oh yeah,
yes, but
that's
I
with
was
Olivia.
angry.
Yeah.
Just like constant anger at being a little person. And that's something that like I've seen or heard a lot from little people, is just like this anger of like,
Yeah.
why am I like this? Why me, essentially?
Sure.
And so I thought that was like a really great way to like visualize that, because it is like that's just the worst. Like,
Yeah.
because they've just been hanging out at this bar. They both kind of got stood up. And
Yeah, they
well,
did.
for very different reasons, but they were both stood up at this bar, and like they have this kind of relationship, not necessarily romantic, but just they're
Uh-huh.
friends, and it, it's just heartbreaking when this
Yeah.
asshole boyfriend comes and it's shoving people.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
borderline
and
hard to
Finn knows
watch.
he
Yeah.
can't do anything about it. And then she ends up pushing him away.
Yeah, yeah. She's just like, get out of
So
here.
like not only do you feel bad because you cannot protect her, you have the person you're trying to protect protecting you.
Yeah,
That's humiliating.
yeah,
Yeah, that was pretty brutal. That
yeah.
whole scene was pretty brutal. Okay. Let's talk about the ending for a second.
Okay, let's
So,
talk about
yay,
that.
they're all together again. Oh my gosh, I love the part where they're reading too. That whole thing where they're reading, and he's like, I've been quiet for 20 minutes.
Oh
And he's
yeah,
like, it's been 9 minutes. I love that. And them sharing the stool. Like
yeah,
Finn has the stool so his feet aren't dangling, and Joe's got his foot propped up, and they're sharing a stool. It's very cute. Anyway, it was a bucket or something.
yeah. That was a
It
bucket.
was very sweet. I liked that. Um, the ending. Okay, so I never I felt very sure that Olivia and Finn were going to be friends,
Mhm.
and that the three of them were going to be friends. Like
Yeah.
I feel very sure about that. I kind of left with the impression, and maybe I'm wrong, and this is why I want to talk to you about the ending. Was it kind of intimated that Michelle Williams and Finn, like there was some future between the two of them?
I
Did you
don't.
kind of catch that?
I don't know. And I
I
guess
don't
we
know
can kind of
either.
talk about that. That's the one
Yeah.
thing, and that was another thing I remembered. I think this was maybe a bigger problem when I saw it the first time, because I was
Uh
like,
huh.
I didn't necessarily want any sort of romantic relationship between, you know,
Right.
any of the characters. I'm like, this is such a character study. This is about like this
Yeah.
relationship. I didn't necessarily need it to be muddied up with any
Sure.
sort of romantics, and it didn't bother me as much this time. But it is something that I don't think is necessary. But this was also a movie in the 2000s. This was very much
Yeah.
expected for there to be a romantic lead, even in something like this. Um, so I don't necessarily think that Finn and Emily would be getting together. I don't think that Finn and Olivia are going to be getting together.
No.
Um, I don't know.
Uh, I think there was something about it toward the end of it, like after it ended, and I was like, well, wait. I didn't go back and rewatch the ending, but there was something about it that made me think, oh, like the whole time, I didn't even think about those two getting together because I think of Peter Dinklage as being older.
Yeah.
He probably was young in this movie, like they would have been peers.
Hmm.
Him and Michelle Williams would have been peers or similar, more similar in age for sure than him and Patricia Clarkson.
Uh,
But
well,
no,
Peter
what you
Dinklage was
got?
born in 1969.
What? I didn't know he was older than me.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so no, they are not in the same realm.
No. Well,
Okay.
I mean, he's 10 years older than Michelle Williams. He's 1 year
Uh,
older than Olivia. I think. Wait, I don't know if I looked up how old Olivia was. I think I'm getting it twisted with Bobby.
Bobby was 1969, I think.
Peter
I
Dinklage
think that's
is
what you said, or
69.
70. Yeah,
let me
70
see.
was.
Patricia Clarkson
I feel like she's
in
older.
1959.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, then ignore me. He just seemed so young. He seemed so young. But then I was like, no, but he seems older. I'm thinking of him as like he is now.
Yeah.
And, you know, and then I couldn't really keep in mind like 20 years. But I didn't even know how old Peter Dinklage was. So
I didn't either.
I was making assumptions in my brain. Anyway, yeah, I was like, I didn't want anyone to get together.
No.
So I hope I was wrong in that assumption. But
I
it
think
just
so.
seemed like that was, for some reason, that I felt like I was being pointed that way, but maybe not. I'll have to rewatch the ending again.
Yeah.
Let me just say a couple littles. Patricia Clarkson's husband, David, was Roger Sterling from Mad Men.
Oh, yeah. There's so many of those people in this
I know.
movie.
Richard Kind was the attorney,
Yep.
who I adore.
He's great.
I love Richard Kind. I listened to a stage production of 12 Angry Men,
Oh.
and Richard Kind was one of the characters in that stage production. And I was like, well, there's no question who he is.
Well,
That
yeah.
voice. There's no undoing that one. And then the other person I saw that I knew was not Chris, but Chris's friend, who was a total
Yes.
jerk. And he
Joe
was in Brooklyn
Latrugio.
Nine-Nine. Yeah, I knew him from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. What do you know him
Yes.
from?
Well, it looks like he was in Superbad. He's just, if you look up his IMDb, he has
Does he have a bunch?
116 acting credits.
Woo! Okay.
Yeah, he's been in like everything. Hitch, Wet Hot American Summer,
Whoa. Okay.
Pineapple Express. Like there's so much.
Oh my gosh.
a
So he's doing a
big-
bunch with like Jonah Hill, Seth Rogen.
Big
Nice.
in the
Okay.
comedy scene in the 2010s.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense that he and Andy Samberg end up in
Yeah.
the show together. That feels like they're all kind of tangentially related there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I had never seen him in anything before Brooklyn Nine-Nine, so that was kind of fun.
Yeah, sorry, my dog's making noises. She's
okay.
been
I
making
can't hear her.
noises this whole time. I've been.
She has?
Well, she was snoring earlier.
Oh, I haven't really heard her. She's doing okay.
No, she's doing great.
Yeah.
But
All right. So, yeah, go ahead.
I did want to also bring up that I had noticed. I think her name is Maile, or Maile, Maile with an E at the end.
Oh, Molly.
Molly
Yeah.
Flanagan. I noticed she's the bartender, but she was in like a bunch of Disney shows in the 2010s. I like recognized her. I'm like,
Oh.
she was in like some shows that Jonah was watching.
Did you recognize Cleo?
I didn't. Well, I didn't. No.
Cleo was the best friend of the main character on Good Luck Charlie
Oh, really?
on Disney.
Oh, I
yeah,
didn't
she was
know
her
that.
best friend. Bridget Mendler's best friend.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I did not remember that.
Yeah, I mean, she was much older then.
Well.
She's just a little peanut in this movie.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking at her like
That was
older
fun.
pictures.
So you have two Disney people in there. That's nice.
Yeah, that I was just like, there's so many.
Yeah. I mean, what a cast. I'll say that about Spotlight, too. He has a good cast in Spotlight. He knows how to put a cast together for
Yeah.
sure. It did say that he wrote this movie with those three people in mind,
I did see that. Yeah.
which I like that. That's really great.
Yeah. And I did look up the trivia. This movie was shot in 20 days. You were right about that.
Okay.
I
okay.
also did see that the train depot is still around.
Is it?
Yeah. It's actually in Newfoundland, New Jersey. So that's the real town.
Okay.
And
all right.
apparently it's still an attraction for tourists, for train enthusiasts, I guess. Not
Yeah.
not
I have
everybody.
quite a few train enthusiasts in my life. One of my coworkers' sons is a hardcore steam engine kid.
Oh,
And then one of my friends' husbands is in a train group. I mean, this is a young, hip couple, and he is super into trains, like travels all over the country to look at trains. He would be
nice.
the guy. I am going to write this movie down because I bet he would love it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
need to share this with him. Okay,
Probably.
that's
There's a lot of
fantastic.
train stuff in this.
Oh, I mean, this guy is hardcore. We had a nice conversation about it the other day. I was saying to him, embrace your nerdiness.
Yeah.
Like, I have a bunch of nerdy hobbies too. Like, embrace it and love it and be proud of it because that's what makes you unique. He's also a pilot. So,
That's sick.
like, he's getting his pilot's license and he's trying to get another level where you go higher. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't understand. He's not like a commercial pilot. He's a hobby pilot. And he's trying to get the next certification so you can fly higher in the sky.
Oh,
I didn't even know
nice.
that was a thing.
I didn't
Anyway,
either.
Yeah, he came and played trivia with us this week. So
Oh, nice.
when I hosted that fundraiser. So yeah, I got to talk with him a little bit. Anyway, okay. So I would like to tell you, well, let me see, first of all, I wanted to let you know that let's see. Okay, there was a line that was really funny to me. Also, I'm going to be late for my book club. So let me text my friends really quickly.
Oh, no.
It's okay. We'll just chat it up. Hold on. Just give me a second. Can you hear how I'm sick? My nose is starting to get stuffy.
Oh, no. Yeah. But I guess we're almost done here with the station
Yeah,
agent.
no,
I think we've
yeah.
talked
I just
about.
had a couple more things I wanted to say.
Okay.
One of the things I wanted to say was that when he changes his shirt from white to yellow, how stark that is. That's what the first time he goes to wait for Olivia outside her house.
Oh.
I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh, yeah.
He's always in a white dress shirt. That's the first time that he was ever in yellow. And he does wear it again later, but I just really noticed it because it was, such a stark contrast to what it was before.
Yeah.
Awards wise, I just wanted to tell you what we've got there. We've got for the Sundance, I mean, they won more than this, but these were the big ones. At Sundance, they won the Audience Award. And Patricia Clarkson won a special jury prize
Nice.
for her role. That's Olivia. And then they also won a BAFTA, Best Original Screenplay for Tom McCarthy.
Is he British?
I don't know. Do you have to be British to win a BAFTA? Or is that
thought
just
so.
their awards?
Well, no, he's American. I don't know. I thought you did, but maybe not. No,
Yeah.
he's from New Jersey. That's fine.
Oh, well, look at you, Tom McCarthy. So Patricia Clarkson, she is another person that's been in a million things. I feel like I
yeah.
haven't seen her much lately, but I think she won a Best Supporting Actress Oscar for Pieces of April with Katie Holmes. But I don't know that I've ever seen that movie. But she's a really great actress. I really like her a lot.
Oh, yeah, she was great in this.
Yeah, really, really good. Okay, so that's all I had to say about that. I think that's all I had to say of extra things.
All right.
There wasn't a lot, like no Oscars, nothing like that. But
No.
it's a small movie. I don't know what other movies were nominated that year, but let me think. 2003. I think was Chicago, maybe.
That sounds right.
I think Chicago won that year. Gladiator was 2000. A Beautiful Mind was 2001. Maybe it was 2002.
I'm seeing
2003, then
2003 for Best Picture.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, Return of the King.
this is. Well, I don't know. I'm always so confused with how the Academy Awards do it because I just searched 2003 Best Picture, and I'm like, I don't know if these are for movies that came out in 2002 or if this is actually.
I think it is. I think it's
okay.
for the previous year.
Okay, yeah, because it
So
has
then we're
two
looking
towers.
at 2004.
Yeah, let
Yeah.
me see. 2004. Return of the King, Seabiscuit, Master and Commander, whatever the subtitle is, The Far Side of the World, Mystic River and Lost in Translation.
Okay. Yeah. So Return of the King won that
Yeah.
year, won the Best Picture. Which it'd be pretty hard to go up against that. That's a pretty good group of movies, really.
It's
Master and
pretty
Commander is the
solid.
only one I'd be like, meh. But there's some Mystic River is really good, and
Yeah, I think, well, the only one
yeah.
I've seen is Lord of the Rings. I haven't seen, I know I need
Oh,
to see Lost in Translation, but I've not
yeah,
seen it yet.
yeah, that's good. That's good. Anyway, yeah. So not a lot of big awards, but of the small awards, like to take Sundance and to get the audience award, that's a pretty big deal. It was a
Yeah.
great movie. I really liked it, and in fact. I know you watched it with Dad, and then he came home, and I had just finished watching it.
Oh,
And I ended up watching it the next day. And I was like, first of all, shocked that you got him to watch a movie because he doesn't really watch movies other than romantic comedies. So good job. But then I was like, I heard you watched it. And he's like, oh, it was so good. Like
oh.
getting to know those characters. And I was like, what? Who are you that you're like interested in a character study? What in the world?
He was laughing a
Anyway,
lot.
he really did like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he came in, he was like, I really like that movie. And I'm like, dang it. That's why you should watch more movies with me, man. Cause I pick good movies too. Anyway. So yeah, he really did enjoy that a lot. What else was I going to
Man,
say about that? I felt like there was something else I was going to say, but maybe not.
I don't know, but
Anyway, your dad liked it. So that says something.
oh, he loved it. I could tell he like laughed out loud at one moment. I was shocked. It was
Yeah.
when so after they do the train chasing, they end up staying at
Yeah.
Olivia's house, and then her husband comes in the next morning. And there was something that Joe said where he's like, "Yeah, I think Olivia's still upstairs. We really cranked it out or something." And Dad just like was cracking up. He thought that was so funny. Oh my man,
Oh my
I've
gosh.
never heard you laugh this hard at a sex joke, especially.
That's funny. I thought it was going to be over the comment that they're making when they're walking on the train tracks. And Joe calls him Pancho Villa or
Oh.
Sancho. Hold on. Sancho Panza. You know that character? That's what I figured your dad was going to laugh at. So Sancho Panza is Don Quixote's like
Oh,
companion. And so I went out because I'm like, I think of him as like a short little guy,
yeah.
which I'm sure is why he called him Sancho Panza. But I went out to look, I'm like, what is the description of this character? And that is the description. A short, fat, oh, I can't remember what the other word was that they used for that character. But when Joe called him that, I was like, that's kind of funny. Like, and it was all in good. He wasn't being mean. And
No.
that was the other thing. It was like, oh, they're just ribbing. Like now you know they're friends because they're
Yeah.
teasing each other. And so, yeah. Said something about Sancho Panza. That cracked me up. Your dad would know that reference. He
Oh
read Don
yes,
Quixote.
he loves Don Quixote.
He does.
But yeah, I think there's just like, I don't know. There's one more line that really stood out to me. It was so funny.
Yeah.
It's when they're all sitting out on the lounge. Joe has cooked them a lovely meal, and he just is like, "So, do you people have clubs or something?" And like, there's like this moment of silence, or Olivia looks like shocked, and Finn
Yeah.
is just like, "Oh, well, what do you mean?" Just like so casual. Like, "Oh, well, what are you referring to? Are you referring to like a club of little people?" Like, "Oh, you know, the train thing, you know? Do train people have clubs?" And then Finn's just like very dryly, yeah, you know, so, bring photos and videos. And yeah, that's pretty much all it is.
Yeah.
And Olivia's like dying because she's like, she thought that he was just like point blank, "Hey, so it's our little people clubs. You people have
Yeah.
clubs." Which I think is just hilarious.
Oh, that character.
Yeah.
That character is so good. And the answer is yes. I
Yeah.
do know of someone who is in one.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, my friend. Yeah, he's in a club. He's in a club. Yeah, that's funny. I like that a lot. Okay, star-wise, I am
Yeah.
gonna say 4.5 just because of the ambiguous ending.
Yes.
Otherwise, I would say this was perfect. Like, I really, really loved this movie. And in fact, I may still give it, I'm still going to give it a 5, even with the ambiguous ending, because I enjoyed the journey so much.
Why not?
I really, really loved it. So I'm
Yeah.
going to say 5 stars.
I have it
What are
at
you
a
giving it?
4, and I think I'll keep it at a
No,
4.
that is not enough, in
Well,
my humble opinion.
here's my reason. Because
Yeah.
like you, I think that it's very, very good. Obviously, I picked it. But I think it kind of gets muddied with the romantic stuff. I don't think that those kisses should have happened. Because both Olivia and Emily end up kissing. The one with Emily seems more overtly romantic because it's almost like they're kind of making out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that doesn't necessarily need to be here. I think the movie would have been stronger if they were just friends and they kind of kept it at that.
Yeah.
And also, I think the ending like completely came out of nowhere.
It did.
I remember, I'm like, I remember this movie just ends. So I was
Yep.
like kind of anticipating it, and then it did,
Yeah.
and I was still surprised. I was like, oh, it just ends. I'm
Yeah.
like, there's a lot of stuff that needed, like, I think even just a couple more minutes, like a kind of epilogue. I think it ends just a little bit too early.
Yeah.
But I think those are kind of my 2 gripes.
Sure.
And that's not by any means a bad movie. I just have high standards.
Yeah. For me, it's about the feels and the depth of what we were given.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was done so well, so simply, so concisely, that the things that were communicated wonderfully. And it was also heartwarming and also heartbreaking. Like, I had so many feels watching this movie
Yes.
that for me, yeah, I don't want to give it anything less than 5 because I really loved it. So I'm not going to, and I can.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. I want to talk to you about what I'm picking.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
What are we doing next?
We are going to watch American Graffiti from
Oh,
1972, I believe.
something like that. Yes.
Why did I get to that? I don't remember. But what I need to tell you
Okay.
is that somehow it's related to Tony Basil because Tony Basil is in this.
Oh, okay.
American Graffiti. 1972, Tony Basil.
Yes. Well, she was in a lot of movies, it looks like.
She shows up in so much stuff. I mean, it's crazy to me. And she, like I said, I just saw her on Dancing with the Stars this season. Like, dang, look at you, 80-year-old woman still kicking hind end and dancing. But I didn't realize she was in it. And then I was like, what? And she was in Viva Las Vegas as a dancer in Viva Las Vegas. I am like shocked by her.
Yeah, that's her first acting credit is
Yeah.
Viva Las Vegas. I'm looking. Are you sure? Wait, where is American?
There are 2
Graffiti?
separate tabs
I'm looking
on
at
her
actor.
IMDb. Okay. Maybe she choreographed. Go to the choreography page.
Yeah, I might see that. Let's see. 19. Yeah, okay.
'Cause I thought they had, like,
Choreographer, American
Yeah.
Graffiti.
Okay.
Yeah, this is one I have not seen. I've been meaning
either.
to.
Me too.
Because it's a George Lucas flick.
George Lucas, Harrison Ford, Shirley from Laverne and Shirley's in it. Ron Howard from Happy Days, and all the other many things that he does.
Yes.
I think Richard Dreyfuss is in it,
That sounds right.
if I remember right. Oh, it's got so many people, and so many people when they're young.
Yeah.
And I had the soundtrack for this movie when I was a kid on a record.
Nice.
And I have the album hanging on my wall upstairs in the living room right now. But the soundtrack for it is phenomenal. And I just cannot wait to see it. So
All right.
I decided to do it.
Well, that's exciting. Yeah.
I know. I can't wait.
All right. So stay tuned.
That's it.
We're going 30 years in the past. This movie came out in 2003. This is 1973.
73. Okay.
So going back in time, going pre-Star Wars George Lucas.
Yeah.
when he was still like in the weird 70s auteur film scene.
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
Let's check it out, shall
Let's
we?
check it out.
Okay.
So that's going
all.
to be next time. Stay tuned for that. Of course, I guess we'll do normal plugs. Check out all the other stuff that I do on Boy Time. Most recently, we listened and reacted to I Want You by Marvin Gaye. Classic record. Very, very nice. And then on the podcast, we haven't recorded it yet, but it will be our next episode, and it probably will be at least, hopefully, out by the time this episode comes out. We're going to be watching Arrival, one of my favorite sci-fi movies
that's a good
ever.
one. It's a really good one.
Yeah. Big win. I actually just got it on Blu-ray. So
Oh,
I got it because, I'm no longer a mailman as of us recording this, but
yay.
something very nice that people do sometimes is they leave little gift cards for mailmen. So I got a Target gift card and I used it to get Arrival. So
Oh, nice. Nice. That's good. That's a good use of a Target gift card.
I think so. So
Yeah,
that was one that I got,
good.
and we're gonna talk about it. It'll probably be out by the time that this episode's out, hopefully. It's hard
Yeah.
to say, but
Yeah. We're busy people.
we're busy people. I'm starting
right.
a new job tomorrow as of me recording
Yeah.
this, so we'll see how that goes. But
Very exciting.
yeah, very excited. I'm so excited to get out of the cold.
Yes. And to like have regular hours and have weekends and vacation time. All of those things will be so nice for you.
Yes,
Very excited for my baby boy.
me too. But
Yeah.
that'll just about do it for this episode of the Love to
Okay.
Mom podcast. Mom has to go to book club, so we'll get
do.
out of this as soon as possible.
Yes.
But that's all
okay.
I have to say.
Okay. I will say if you want to know what book we're reading, which I'm sure you do,
Yes.
we read The Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline Booley, which is about a girl from a Native American, the Ojibwe tribe. And the book is actually written by an Ojibwe woman. I saw her speak at a book festival, and it won a bunch of awards when it came out. It's actually a young adult book. I think it won the Prince Award, which is the big award for young adult literature.
Oh, okay.
But it centers on the story of a teenage Ojibwe girl who is navigating life and looking at things like addiction issues in reservations and that sort of stuff. So
Yeah.
anyway, it's a really, really good book. It's a biggie, but it is really, really good. So I would highly recommend it. We're going to go discuss.
Nice.
And then that's all I have to say about that. And then I will say, support your local library and call your mom.
Goodbye, everybody.